Hello everybody, this is Moose101, and today I'm just going to be doing a brief discussion video about a deck that I enjoyed playing at the time that it was really a quite big part of the meta, and that is Inzektors. And really, I'm talking about whether or not the Inzektors can get back their two big power cards, Dragonfly and Hornet, in any capacity, and if they can, exactly how many copies of them they should be allowed back, because both of them are currently limited. Now, for those of you who weren't around at the time the Inzektors were a big meta deck, I'm just going to quickly explain what their basic combo was. The Inzektors operated on what was probably one of the strongest two-card combos ever to exist within the game, which was just Inzektor Dragonfly and Inzektor Hornet. You could normal summon Inzektor Dragonfly and then use its effect to equip it with Hornet from your hand or graveyard, so Foolish Burial could be used to search Hornet. And then you could send Hornet to pop card your opponent controls, and then activate the Dragonfly effect to special summon a Centipede from your deck, who could then re-equip the Hornet, send it again to pop a second card, and then add another Dragonfly to your hand so you could do it again next turn. And at that point you could overlay the Centipede and Dragonfly that were on the field and make either like a Leviathan Dragon or a Zen Maze, were I think probably two of the most relevant rank 3s at the time. However, nowadays the Inzektors only have one Dragonfly and one Hornet, but I would argue that they can get at least a couple copies back, and I think that's something that a lot of people agree with. Now, when people talk about bringing back copies of these cards, I usually see one or two things they say. It's either bring one back to 2, leave their one at 1, whether that be 2 Dragonfly, 1 Hornet, or 2 Hornet, 1 Dragonfly, or bring one back to 3 and ban the other one. Usually it's bring Dragonfly back to 3, ban Hornet. But personally, I am of the belief that we could actually get back 3 copies of both Dragonfly and Hornet, and the deck still wouldn't operate at the top of the meta the same way that it did when it was at full power. And I want to just quickly explain our reasoning for that. First of all, even though the Inzektors only directly lost these 2 cards, copies of them, there were other cards that hurt the deck that were taken for other reasons. Tour Guide, which was a big secondary play in the deck, went from 3 to 1 since the time that Inzektors were relevant, and perhaps more importantly, Sangan, the most common Tour Guide target at the time, has been banned since then. And at the time, opening up with Dragonfly and Hornet together wasn't always that common, because you had to draw both of them or a way to find both of them, and the deck lacks its own searching card. So opening with the Tour Guide into a Sangan, make a rank 3, and then search one later when you detach the Sangan was a really easy way to set up the play. And additionally, Gen X Ally Birdman, which I always used as the primary tuner in the deck, and I think some other people did too, has gone again from 3 to 1 since the time that the deck was really popular, just because Birdman could be used to bounce back and Inzektor you want to use again next turn or whatever, and also provided access to the rank 3s in a dire situation. So the deck's been hit in other ways, even if they're not direct hits, or even if the hits weren't aimed directly at the deck. And additionally, I'd say that the deck has, to some level, just been power creeped out. While the removal that the Inzektor combo gave was incredibly powerful, it's also the least versatile type of removal in the game, being as it both targets and destroys rather than returning to hand or shuffling back to deck or whatever. So a lot of decks that have some sort of immunity to that, or a lot of decks just do. El Shaddoll Winda, complete immunity to that, and other cards will just plus so heavily nowadays off of being destroyed. Things like Dante, it's not really going to phase the BA player if you happen to destroy their Dante. And additionally, I feel like the rank 3 pool as a whole has sort of fallen behind since the time that Inzektors were really relevant. I'd say really there's been maybe 2 rank 3 monsters that will really have been released that are really useful in the deck, which would be Ghost Drake Alucard for its ability to pop set cards, and also Mechwept Anganir for its ability to protect your own cards, whereas the other card pools, especially the rank 4s, have just improved so much more with cards like Castel, Exton, and number 101 Sound Honor Arc. So I feel like a combination of the fact that other cards not related to the archetype being hit, and the fact that the game has just evolved past the point when these cards were relevant, leads to these cards being able to be put back to 3 with, I don't feel, negative consequences. Now, personally, I don't think Konami should do that in one ban list. I wouldn't want to see them one day just be like, yep, okay, both are in 3, go crazy, but I would like to see that kind of occur over several ban lists, or at least see an attempt to bring them back over time. What do you guys think? Would you like to see Inzektors gain back some of their power, or do you want them never to see the light of day again? Please let me know in a comment down below, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, see ya!